1998, 1 out of 4 internet companies are the blue chips of today. If we can get rules around these assets, you're going to see all the banks be trading these things.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency short. And did you hear what he said? 1 out of 4 are the blue chips today. So diversification of the quality projects, yeah, think of it. Holding 20, you should then have 5 that are very interesting. Stay maybe away from the obscure projects. 1 or 2 are okay to go for that moonshot. But the ones that solve real problems and ones that have a community, that network isn't everything, but it is a lot. We will get the rules. We'll get the rules around all these things. And banks, yes, are going to be offering all sorts of digital assets, tokenized securities, NFTs, all from the convenience of a dashboard on your mobile phone, a tablet, or a laptop. The person speaking was with Bank of America. He's the head of global research on digital assets, Akesh Shah. Let's hear some more.
This has nothing to do with a bubble. This has nothing to do with excess liquidity. This has to do with the fact that there are applications that people can use that instead of making a settlement in 2 days or 5 days, if I'm sending $300 to India, it happens real time while I'm still on the phone with my family. And instead of costing me $10, it's free. That's the reason why these applications are taking off.
So what application do you think he was speaking of? Well, RippleNet easily could fall into that category. Stellar has really wonderful rails. Look at WadsPay, what they're doing on XinFin. Future blue chips? I don't know, but it sure looks to be shaping up that way. Now, listen to how close we really are.
You got to wait a little bit. Not a long time, but wait a little bit. There's been $25 billion of VC money that's come into this sector this year, up from 3 last year. It's going to be more next year, right? Andreessen Horowitz just raised $2.3 billion VC fund a few months ago. Paradigm just raised $2.5 billion last month. That money's going somewhere. Private companies in this space that are likely to exit somehow, maybe they get bought, but their value in aggregate is around $300 billion, which means that's real investable when it comes public. And so those companies are going to be showing up. And again, you have to be careful because it's early. Some of them are not going to make it. But there are going to be the companies that are actually the picks and axes of this system. They're going to be the companies that actually are going to potentially be the Amazons of this ecosystem. And they're not at the, starting line yet, but they're very close.
So we are close. And we're also going towards a hybrid. I want to have you listen to this last clip, and you're going to understand that platforms that have a semi-decentralized model are probably going to be the winners. Think of it. Ripple is centralized. The XRP ledger and the digital asset XRP are decentralized. It is a perfect semi-decentralized business model. I think he's a smart guy. I think days of anonymous founders, they are soon going away. All right, the last of the clips.
The digital asset ecosystem is not going to where Satoshi thought it would in 2009, right? Bitcoin, when it was written and blockchain was initially created, it was done in reaction to the financial crisis and the ability of banks and central banks and doing all this, and that everything should be decentralized, everything should be anonymous. And, I had mentioned, I'd grown up through the internet. The internet was designed to be a decentralized network. And it was going to be, anybody could be anything on the internet. You didn't have to identify yourself. You could find anything there. Ultimately, we want some governance and some level of trust. And regulators want a certain throat to choke when something goes wrong. And that is really what makes an ecosystem real. And that's where we're going. That's why we were able to have that $1.5 trillion increase in the last 3 years, is because this part of the ecosystem is not that pure vision of Bitcoin and the pure vision of blockchain. And, for me, I'm agnostic. I just want to know where the value is going up and where the value is going down. I don't really care whether it's decentralized, semi-centralized, or whatever. But definitely the pure vision is certainly not hurting at $1 trillion of value in 10 years. But I think if I was going to look at the next $30 trillion for this ecosystem, I would look at the semi-decentralized part.